I think context is very important. A lot of the times we change the context of something and it helps it make more sense. Now, a lot of women throughout their years have dealt with weird motherfucking guys, and they've all come to this idea that, we're tired of men manipulating us for our pussy. And there's the idea that older men go after younger women because younger women are easier to manipulate. And in a degree, that's true. Think about how there's all of these young women out there in the workforce, and they're manipulated to work even harder, work longer, work for free even. And sometimes a lot of these ladies, they think they're going to get something out of it, whether that's longer hours, a better wage, a promotion. And these dynamics, they extend to the young men out there as well. How many young men are expected to enter the workforce, and because you're a man, you're expected to work harder, longer, faster, whatever. And you get into a place like the trades and you have these older men, they're like, well, I earned this. Once you've been doing this as long as I have, sonny, type shit. And the trades is absolutely brutal, people. Like, I've been a laborer in the trades and it fucked me up good. Imagine long hours of performing physical fucking labor. Even a task that seems deceptively simple can be quite difficult and taxing on the body. And you know who they pick on to perform all those heavy lifts? The young guys. You know who they pick on to do all of that extra labor? The women, the young ones. There seems to be some expectation in America that you're not allowed to say no. You have to take what you can get. And sometimes taking what you get means that you have to settle. And they manipulate you through the guilt trip. They say, oh, you think you're better than us? They talk about life as if you don't actually have a choice in the matter. I understand that you have free will, but we don't have a choice. We have to go to work. We have to make money for rich people. Then they shame you. They say, oh, you want to be a fucking rock star? You want to be a artist? You want to be a fucking what have you? Then fucking prove it. Yeah, you're never going to make it. And that type of manipulation, unfortunately, works on young people. Well, I don't want to get fired. Young people have this idea of the future that maybe if I do this same thing for 20 years, I'm going to be okay. Reality check, you kind of get bored of doing the same thing day after day, week after week, month after month. It's only natural in life that you're going to meet some friends, you're going to lose some friends. You're not always going to have the same set of friends your whole life. I wish more people in their 20s would understand it's completely foolish to think that if you just work hard for the next 20 years, you're going to be a made man or a made woman. It's completely foolish. You know how many people in America have been busting their ass and they don't own a home, they probably drive a broke down car, they don't have a mansion, they don't have a suit. A lot of people in their 20s, they like to party, they like to turn up, they like to have a lot of fun, and there's nothing wrong with that. You see some people, they like to party super hard, they turn up hella fucking hard, and they party day after day, week after week, month after month. This wreaks havoc on your body, you guys. DJs like Avicii, they die in their 20s. This man still had a whole life to live, and he died because his pancreas blew out from his alcoholism, from his lifestyle. He's one of these people that was just always on tour, always performing for people, always drinking. Like, these men and women in their 20s don't really understand. You're not meant to be pushing yourself like this every fucking day, every fucking hour, for the illusion of having more of something. The illusion of having more of it. Whenever I hear somebody say, I'm going to start a business, I just hear, you're going to go into debt. Whenever I hear somebody say, I have a home, I hear you say, I'm in debt because of this. That's how I was in my 20s. I was full of life. I was full of dreams. I was full of love and full of positivity. And then I just get older and realize, man, it doesn't matter how hard I work. I can't seem to get ahead. It doesn't matter how friendly I am to other people. Someone's still going to try to fuck me over. It doesn't matter how hard you work at your job. You can still get fired for some stupid reason. And that's what happened with me, man. I was working and I was doing everything that I thought I needed to do. And, I just found myself running up to this brick wall of burnout. Being homeless, you go hard as fuck for months and you just end up in the same place. America is not exactly a country that's designed with a safety net in mind. It's more like a black hole of consumption anymore, and most of you are just on the event horizon waiting to be sucked in. It doesn't take much to fuck your life up here in America. You lose a job and, you start losing money real quick. You run into some car issues and you start running into troubles real quick. You run into some trouble as a homeless person and you realize, wow, this is actually a lot harder to get out of this than people would care to admit. It's not just going to work to make money to pay bills, it's actually having a support system around you. When you're homeless, of course, there's all sorts of these nonprofits around you, but really they're just taking advantage of the fact that you're homeless. The fact that you need shelter, the fact that you need food and water, the fact that you need medicine. Because being homeless, I find a lot of the times I'm just simply asked to fill my name out on a form with all of my information, data, if you will, that all of these nonprofits collect. And they use this data to show to the government, hey, we need more government grants. They use this data to show to their fucking donors, oh yeah, we could use a little more this year, thank you. What's crazy is that the people who work at the homeless shelter at the highest levels, they even have a nice salary. And a lot of times that's what burns me out. It's not the job that I'm doing, it's not the labor, it's the fact that I'm just working, and the amount of money that I'm making doesn't seem to change anything in my life. I go work a job anywhere in Missoula, Montana, I'm still gonna be homeless. Oh, you can pay to get a room in an apartment, and it's no different than being at a homeless shelter. Come back from a day of hard work and it's like, I don't want to be around all these people. Like, what a fucked up world we live in, where privacy is only something that can be afforded to the rich now. Used to be we all had nice private lives before social media, and now we live in this day and age of surveillance and data collection. Even the city here in Missoula, they make you have to get a fucking permit so that you can camp in your car. And you have to tell them what your car looks like, what that license plate is, what your name is, where that car is going to be parked. It's fucked up, Innocent until proven guilty just vanished into thin air because of the technocracy. Now you're being surveilled 24/7, 365, and your guilt is assumed. And a lot of the times you may not even get the chance to prove that you're innocent. Just like we are seeing with these ICE raids, a lot of these people are simply just assumed to be guilty of something, and they don't ever get the opportunity to prove their innocence. They're simply rounded up and sent on their way. A lot of the times they're not even being sent back to their country of origin. They're being sent to some completely random prison in a completely random country that's in cahoots with the American corruption. Because imprisoning people is an American industry. And here in America, it's not just any old industry, it's a multi-billion-dollar one. That's, how crazy that is, that they try to influence the way that you think, the way that you feel, the things that you're interested in through algorithms on social media. The fact that they know who you're friends with, where you're going, how long you've been there, when you're sleeping, when you're eating, when you're using the bathroom, when you're at the grocery store, tracking your every movement, tracking your every step. And they use all of this data and they sell it off to other people. And, if you ever fill out a form online and you get a random call from some Indian person, hello, oh yes, that's why. I've filled out forms on Indeed and get a call back from a job later and it's an Indian guy, and it's like, oh, you're just selling my fucking information to someone else. Think of how creepy Mark Zuckerberg is in the real world. He can't make friends the normal way, so he built a database called Facebook, and he can log into that shit whenever he wants. I thought it was a cool idea at first. Oh, something that helps us all get together. Now it's just a mass surveillance tool. But a lot of these ultra wealthy people, they live lives of privacy. These are closed communities and they're very close knit. And they're doing fucked up shit while accusing us of being guilty of fucking something. It's crazy how many conservative people are against the LGBT community while being part of that community themselves. Make it make sense.